All right, so we need to have an honest conversation about fat burners. And now, the point of this video is not to make you feel stupid. If you've taken a fat burner, if you're currently taking one, if you've thought about taking one, I'm not trying to make you feel bad. And to prove that point, I'm going to tell you a little story. Crazy to think about now because I think it was when I was like 17. I was a senior in high school. I was going on a trip to Punta Cana. It was my first time that I was going to be anywhere for an extended period, and my shirt was going to be off. It was a beach vacation. So I figured I need to be shredded. And this was before social media was really a huge thing. There was Facebook, but there wasn't a ton else going on. So these influencers weren't really a thing. I got all my information from muscle and fitness magazines, and they would do these full page ads for a lot of different supplements. And one of them I remember distinctly was animal cuts. It was this big canister, and they had this like silhouette of a shredded dude on it, and whatever, they sold me on it. So I decided I need a six-pack for this vacation. I'm going to get myself some animal cuts. So I did. They were terrible, and I would take them in my classes, and I would just start sweating. And when I started sweating, I was like, all right, it's working. Like, I feel the fat burning. And I legitimately thought that that meant I was burning fat. So come vacation, I had lost some weight, and I thought they worked. So for years, I thought that fat burners worked. And whenever there was a time that I needed to cut down weight, I would turn to those types of pills. I lost whatever it was, 5 pounds. It was just water weight, and I assumed that meant it cut down the fat. So I want to dive into why that's not true and why pretty much every single fat burning supplement is a total waste of money. Because the thing with these is they assume that you're dieting and exercising, and then these are going to kind of take you over the hump. So if you're doing that already, you need energy. They're going to load these up with caffeine and different stimulants, and then they're going to be a diuretic and a thermogenic. So you're going to sweat and you're going to lose water weight. Now, let me preface all of this by saying I am not qualified to break down these ingredients. I'm not a scientist. I don't have any certifications in whatever the hell I would need for this. I did go to school for health sciences. I got my personal training certification. I studied some of the stuff, but I am in no way qualified to actually break down these ingredients. But as an average consumer, which I assume you are, I'm going to approach it from that angle and just where I am in my life now and what I've learned. So this animal cuts, the thing that I said I was taking, so you have caffeine, guarana. Those are the big stimulants that you'll see. And then we get into, let's see here, we got dimethylamylethanol. We've got Bacopa monnieri. We've got huperzine, Illythyricus centicus. So, anyway, point being that they throw a whole bunch of big fancy words, so you think, well, this is backed by science. They know what they're doing. I trust them. I'm going to take this. $40 down the pooper for something that basically just makes you shed some water weight. So, needless to say, I wasted my money on this. And also, I was 17 when I took that. That's insane to me. Not only was I thin, I was in decent shape, but the fact that at 17, I thought I needed these supplements to get me to a place of fat loss is so crazy to me. So if you're out there, if you're young, do not take these supplements. Certain ones can be dangerous. You need to be careful about what you're taking at such a young age, but you're still growing. You're at a place where it's going to be much easier than someone who's 40 years old to lose some fat and to build muscle. You do not need these supplements. Even if they worked, you do not need them. If you're young enough, take full advantage. All right. So let's look at, we've got a nighttime fat burner here. So this is specifically pills that you're supposed to take at night, and it's going to burn fat when you sleep. Huge red flag off the bat. So the ingredients list, if there's a proprietary blend, it should be a huge red flag. A proprietary blend means that all of the ingredients that are listed there can be in any quantity. So you have 500 milligrams of this proprietary nighttime fat burn blend. Then you have all these ingredients, which, by the way, is white kidney bean, green coffee. You could drink coffee and eat kidney beans for the same effect. But any of these things can be in any quantity. So this thing is also a sleep aid because it has melatonin in it. And melatonin, for sake of argument, could be 400 milligrams of the 500 in this blend. So they could do whatever they want with this blend. That's why proprietary blends are a huge red flag with supplements, with any supplements, not just fat burners. You want to see a breakdown of the actual active ingredients because they could be throwing anything together. Let's go straight to the reviews. So with reviews in general, like when you're buying something on Amazon or any other website, I don't know about you, but I go right to the reviews. So I want to see that there's a lot of reviews and a lot of positive reviews. This one's got over 5,000 reviews, so pretty positive, and 4 stars. So for me personally, something with 4 stars is because that means with that many reviews that it wasn't all great. But still, the average person is going to see 4 stars, see over 5,000 people reviewing it. I mean, that's pretty positive. So let's just go down to the reviews here. I lost 7 pounds in 1 month, and all I did was take these supplements. Here's the thing. The person reviewing that may very well have lost 7 pounds in a month. And maybe they didn't do any exercise or they weren't dieting. Maybe they did really lose 7 pounds. But something you need to realize with water weight, our weight can fluctuate so much. It's not insane to think that your weight can fluctuate 5 to 10 pounds literally overnight. If you weigh yourself every single day, for no good reason, you might find that you're 5 pounds heavier the next day. So to think at the start of a month, you're 7 pounds heavier than at the end of the month is really not saying a whole lot because, I mean, there is 0% chance that it's fat loss if they didn't do anything but take pills. But your weight can fluctuate that much just in water weight depending on what you ate the night before, if you pooped well the day before. There are a lot of different factors that will affect your weight overnight. None of that has anything to do with fat. Let's go apple cider vinegar gummies. That one's a classic. So this one got over 4,000 reviews, 4.5 stars. So the thing with gummies that bothers me, so supposedly with these gummies, let's see. First of all, the front of the container says may support weight loss. I mean, saltine crackers may support weight loss if you're doing everything else right. That means nothing. May support weight loss is just like, yeah, like it could do something. It reduces cravings, apparently. And probably the reason is that one gummy, it's 10 calories, 3 carb with 2 grams of sugar. So it's tiny. I'm not saying that it's bad that it's a lot of calories or a lot of sugar. It's not. But you're eating candy. It's a little sugar gummy, and they add apple cider vinegar to it. So if you're craving something sweet and you eat one of these, yeah, it's going to curb your craving. This has been a myth for a very long time that apple cider vinegar burns fat. I've never tried apple cider vinegar. I came prepared knowing I was going to come across a supplement like this. I have apple cider vinegar in my pantry. This one has a mother, if you can see that. I don't even know what that is. It looks like a giant loogie. It's something with fermentation. I don't know, but it's absolutely off-putting. I've never tried to drink apple cider vinegar just on its own. So for you, I'm going to do it. I have, here we go. Fitting for my personality. I got my 90s shirt on. All right. I've had apple cider vinegar before in a salad dressing, but I've never tried to just drink it, and I feel like I'm just going to vomit. It smells so bad. Like, I don't even think I'd ever be at a point where I want something bad enough that drinking this would be what I stoop down to. Bottoms up. Ugh. It hurts. I hate that. I knew it was going to be gross. No. Even if you told me that was going to just burn 10 pounds off me. Good Lord, no, I'm not doing that. Stop taking apple cider vinegar supplements. Stop drinking apple cider vinegar. It's disgusting. If you truly, truly believe that apple cider vinegar is going to be the secret to your fat loss, that is not going away. If you truly believe that, if you want to fight me on that, that's fine. You do you. But for the love of God, please don't drink it. Like, put it on a salad. It's going to have the same exact effect if you eat that quantity versus if you just drink it straight. Put it on food. I don't know why you would subject yourself to that. That's something I can proudly say I'm never going to do again. So you're welcome. All right. And one of these reviews for these gummies, listen to this one. I've tried all kinds of things to achieve a flatter stomach, including diets, exercise, prayers, you name it. But it was as simple as taking 2 little gummies daily that actually taste good that has done the trick. Wow. Inspiring. I definitely would recommend these Nature's Craft all-natural apple cider vinegar gummies to anyone who wants to flatten their stomachs or lose a couple pounds with only lifting your fingers to your mouth once a day. Okay. 2 things about this and reviews in general. If in the review they use the long form of the product name, including the company and everything else down to the letter, Nature's Craft all natural apple cider vinegar gummies. If you were writing a review, you would never write that out. Clearly that's somebody involved in the company. And if it's not, they will pay anybody to leave a review. Most people, not most people, a lot of people have no integrity at all. I'm an influencer on Instagram. I hate that title, but I fit the description. I have so many companies that reach out to me asking if they could send me products for me to talk about them and give them a positive review. And if you follow me, you should know that I never do that. Every once in a while, if there's a product I actually like, I'll talk about it, but I'm not just going to accept product. There are so many people out there that if a company reaches out to them and says, we'll send you this product for free, it's worth $30, all you need to do is review it, yeah, they're going to do it. They're saving $30 even if they don't care about this product. It's free stuff. So many people are going to do stuff for free. A lot of these reviews are paid. You can check when you click on the reviewer. If they've only left 1 review, run far away. It's usually not that simple. So take them with a grain of salt. You can usually tell by reading them if a review is legitimate or not. I hate apple cider vinegar so much. What else we got? Okay. Now let's talk about waist trainers, waist slimmers, corsets, whatever you want to call those things. These make me sad. These ones really make me sad. One time I saw somebody, a young lady, getting onto a Stairmaster, and she had lifted her shirt up. She had a sports bra on, so she was not in the nude, but she lifted it up, and then she started wrapping saran wrap around her stomach, then put a waist trainer on, and then did the stairs. So it's one thing to want to sweat. Shout out to my dad. He wears sauna suits. He loves sweating, and great. More power to him. Sometimes sweating's awesome. Sometimes I'll layer up when I'm working out because I want to sweat. But there is a huge difference between sweating and actually burning fat. And by huge difference, I mean 0 correlation. If you sweat a lot, it's because you're warm. And yeah, you're going to lose water weight. So if you wrap your stomach in 50 layers of saran wrap and then you sweat, you might feel flatter because you've sweat so much. Once you drink water and get those fluids back into your body, you're going to lose whatever progress you think you made. You can't spot reduce fat. You can't target your midsection. I know it's tough. You want to lose fat around your stomach. These don't do it. This thing says you'll lose up to 4 inches immediately. Well, okay, so when you're wearing it, yeah, you might lose 4 inches because you're wearing a corset that's just squeezing your organs and your insides, making it impossible to breathe. But there's no lasting fat burning effects. There's absolutely 0. You're not burning any extra calories. Just because you're hot, it doesn't mean that you're doing any more work. When it comes to fat loss, every single person's different. So we all have those stubborn areas that's the last to go. So a lot of people, it's their stomach. So they'll lose the weight they want. Say they wanted to lose 30 pounds and they're almost there, but they still don't love the way their stomach is. That's because that's the last place that they lose fat. That's the stubborn area. Some people hold on to a rounder face a little bit longer. That's just the way it is. You can't focus on that. You can't target it. It would be great to be able to. These products make it sound like you can. You can't. There's no way to target it. We all just lose fat at different rates from different areas. That's just the sad truth of it. These things, I mean, I can't imagine how uncomfortable this is. If you like the way it looks, then sure, wear one of these things. But it's a corset. Oh my gosh. This has almost 14,000 reviews. Oh, that makes me sad. So if you wear this, you're going to sweat. Guaranteed, you're going to sweat. And it's going to feel like it's working, but that's it. You're not burning fat. All right, 2 more here. We've got a fat burner for women. So apparently you need a specific supplement if you're a woman to lose weight differently than men, because obviously you have to lose fat very differently. That's sarcasm. This supplement has nearly 30,000 reviews. So that's not even how many people have bought this thing. So just imagine that, what percentage of people actually leave a review versus how many people buy it. That's crazy to me. So this one has another proprietary blend. So check out these ingredients. So this one, the ingredients here, calcium, magnesium, and sodium. So those are your magic fat burning ingredients. And then they have a proprietary blend that's calcium, sodium, and magnesium. Okay. Like I said, I'm not qualified to break down specific ingredients, but I'm pretty sure those are all the same thing. So, I mean, if you think that calcium, magnesium, and sodium are going to help you lose fat, sure. This supplement acts as a carb blocker by supporting normal blood sugar. Okay. So here's another thing. Regulating your blood sugar, your insulin levels, it's not the secret to fat loss. A lot of people mistake that. They think that, well, my blood sugar is rising. That means that I have too much sugar in my body. That means it's going to get stored as fat. That's not at all how it works. So if this thing claims to support normal blood sugar, that's going to have nothing to do with your fat gain or your fat loss. So very simple breakdown. This is a topic for a different video so we can get more in depth. But fat loss, weight loss in general, it is energy balance. So it's calories in on one side, calories out on the other. If those two things are equal, your weight's going to stay the same. If you're eating the same amount that you're burning, same. If you burn more, if your calories out are higher than your calories in, meaning you're burning more than you're eating, then you're going to lose weight. And the opposite is true. If you're eating more than you're burning, then you will gain weight. Now, it's not as simple as I need to eat less than I'm exercising. It's not just exercise versus food. There are a lot of factors that go into the calories you're burning. Like I'm sitting here talking right now and I'm burning calories. We need a certain amount of calories just to live. We're burning calories just going about our day. It's not just exercise versus food. Again, topic for another day, but I needed to break that down. This thing regulating blood sugar does not mean that it's going to regulate the fat. Sugar doesn't equal fat. It comes down to calories. If you have blood sugar, it's okay. Unless you're diabetic, different topic. You don't need to worry about that. Let's read this review here for these pills. Down 11 pounds within the first week. Pills are definitely an appetite suppressant. They do make me poop. By the end of the day, I have loose stool. However, that can be a combination of my diet because I'm not eating carbs and I eat a lot of vegetables. All right. Vegetables are carbs. So I don't know. So they're not eating, I take that to mean they're not eating processed carbs. So they're not eating bread or sugar. But I mean, vegetables are carbs. But anyway, yeah, if you're eating very little carbs and eating a lot of vegetables, sure, you're going to have a loose poop. But they definitely work. I usually take... Sorry, hold on, let me do her voice. Who is this? But they definitely work. Nope, I'm going back. But they definitely work. I usually take them in the morning around 7:30 or 8:30 with about 32 ounces of water. The kicker is my inches. Here we go. I've lost more than 5 inches everywhere. So even though the scale's not moving as fast as I'm losing inches everywhere. So even though the scale is not moving as fast, punctuation should be there, I'm losing inches everywhere. You didn't lose 5 inches everywhere. I don't even know. How do you lose 5 inches everywhere? So that's taking your waist from a 40-inch waist down to a 35 waist. That is a huge difference. That's just from taking pills. That's amazing. That didn't happen. I don't know what else to say. That's not accurate. Last thing that we're going to look at here is this burn cream. This is goop that you put on your body and it makes you feel warm. This sweet sweat that they always talk about. I went to the Arnold Expo a couple of years ago. That was where I first saw sweet sweat. That's this combination of gel. It's like an ultrasound gel, basically. You put it on your body. They target your stomach mostly. You rub that crap all over your stomach. Put one of those tight corsets on. And then you magically burn fat. And like we talked about with those waist slimmers, that's not how it works. You can sweat a lot, and you will sweat a lot. You're covering yourself in this gross goop. It's going to heat up your skin. It's going to feel like you're losing fat. And this is something, I used something very similar to this back when I took that Animal Cuts supplement in high school. I tried one of these like roll-on things, and it's basically like Icy Hot. If you've ever used Icy Hot or something like that, where you put it on your skin and it starts heating up, and you think that that means that the fat's burning. I don't know if you've ever actually lost weight, but you don't feel the fat burning. It's not a literal burn. Burning calories, like if you go for a run, you're not lighting stuff on fire inside of you. There should not be literal burning. You can lose weight without being in pain. If you want to sweat, then yeah, you can use stuff like this, and it's going to make you sweat. For some people, sweating more is motivation when they're working out. So if you throw a sweatshirt on and you start sweating, it's a little bit easier to get going and you have a better workout. If it's something like that, then go for it. So anyway, point being, fat burning supplements do not work. It comes down to your energy balance, your calories in versus calories out. It doesn't mean eat as little as possible, but it does mean that the calories you're taking in need to be less than what you're burning. And that's it. You can take any supplements you want. You could eat anything you want. I don't advise eating anything. If you look up the Twinkie diet, there was somebody that tested that theory, ate nothing but Twinkies and still lost weight. Not advisable, but point being is it comes down to calories. All of this other nonsense, if you're trying to drink this, it's not going to accelerate fat loss. It's going to ruin your appetite. So if you're having cravings, just drink apple cider vinegar. I guess that works. But all of this stuff, it's wasting your money. It's wasting your time. It's going to really do a toll on your sanity. And then once you realize that it was a waste, then you're just going to be setting yourself back. So I just want to address that you should be focusing on the basics. Learn about nutrition. Learn about energy balance, macronutrients, your protein, carbs, and fat. Learn about how to eat overall healthy. Focus on your food. Don't worry about all of this stuff. If you're young, please don't even consider taking anything like this. I don't believe in having real regrets in life because everything's a learning process. But that being said, I could have probably done without taking these supplements when I was 17, 18 years old. Looking back on it now, it's beyond silly. So these supplements, they are very unnecessary. You don't need them. And If you're looking for them, just be on the lookout for those red flags I talked about. Just with supplements in general, not fat burning supplements. Hopefully, you're not shopping for those. But if you're searching for pre workouts or sleep aids, any supplements, just look out for those red flags I talked about. Hopefully, that helps. And I'm curious if you have taken fat burners, let me know in the comments what you took. I'm really curious to hear. Like I said, I took that animal cuts. I did that, like the roll on that makes you really hot, makes you sweat. So I'm not here to make you feel bad. If you took something, I get it. I did too. It's very easy to fall into those. They make it very convincing. High profile people will recommend them. It's hard to not take them. Hopefully I can help you realize that you don't need them, but I'm curious if you did take something like that. I'd love to hear the story. And then if you like this video also, please let me know. This is the first time I'm doing kind of educational content on video. I'd love to hear if this is helpful for you, and I'll see if I can keep doing them. I don't know. How do I end? I was just going to walk away. I haven't learned if there's a good way to end videos. So, before I have a sign off, we're just going to go cold brew coffee. Cheers.